coinpicker.us here, and I'm talking to all of you traders and hodlers, both of you. Normally I'm more oriented toward traders because that's the way I approach things, but I definitely wanted to talk to the people who are into hodling or holding, however you want to call it, and just, bounce some ideas off you and see whether or not you want to maintain that holding posture, or maybe you shift into a little bit of a trading mindset. So what we've got here is a 3-month chart. And what you're noticing is that as soon as we had a big drop, and then of course catastrophic drop here, we had a little bit of a bounce, but what we haven't really done yet is establish a base. And the base is going to look like, let me show you exactly what a base looks like. That's kind of what a base looks like. This is an S&P 500 index chart. You have a base more or less, and then you start establishing higher lows. Same. This one's not as good an example. In fact, you could get trapped into calling that a base, but really, when you're peaking to the bottom, and then when your next up move goes low again, it trends down, but you establish a base. That tells you have left your bear market phase. Okay, so take that knowledge, and the same thing happened in NASDAQ. I don't know if I have it here, but I don't. Same thing happened in NASDAQ. So I just want to be clear, on a zoomed up basis, maybe in a month, we are looking much better, much better. It's quite a possibility that we have left the near-term bear phase, so we could have a run up. And in fact, that's what I've been telling my email readers. I said, back at, well, gosh, I think we hit as low as 283. I said, BTC is absolutely primed for a massive spring back. We did that. We bounced up over to 423. Now we're in sort of a trending area. I still say there is potential room to the upside because BTC is not oversold. In fact, now on the other hand, interestingly, so BTC is not overbought, is what I meant to say. Ethereum, on the other hand, is still somewhat overbought and is actually trending down. And what that portends to the market is that BTC could gain a bid while the alternate coins drop, and so you get sort of this narrow band. That's essentially what happened the past couple of days. So it looks like we're going to be in somewhat of a narrow band. I do not expect to see a major downward move at all. Somewhat in the some of the altcoins we could get a little bit of it, but in BTC, in fact, let's take a look at BTC to USD right now, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we've got an upward bias. We're definitely not oversold here. It's kind of in a trend. This is on a weekly basis, but in the stochastic RSI, it's strongly suggesting we do have some upward bounce, and we're trending towards, we're in negative still, sellers still in control, but we're trending towards middle ground or positive, and the balance of power is showing exactly that. Balance of power reacts faster than EFI. So I would say there's definitely some upside room for BTC. And that, will obviously lift the entire market. And on a daily basis, it's absolutely confirming that as well. Now, the balance of power is dropping down a little bit. EFI is still strong, hasn't crossed. It's still powering up. It hasn't crossed into mega positive. The sellers are still in control. But stochastic RSI says this definitely has some room to run. We haven't touched back with the 20-day EMA. So it doesn't look like it's a slingshot higher, but it does look like it does have an uptrend bias. That's what I say, and that's what I said for a couple of days, so it's working out pretty well. But keep that in mind because we are beginning to establish some higher lows, and that's really positive. So if you are oriented towards a holding position, you've really taken it in the shorts so far. 50% haircut. However, one of the amazing things about BTC, or really the whole crypto complex, is how fast it can move higher. And I think towards the end of February, we might well see a rapid move up. Now, with that being said, okay, I still have to deal with the reality of we have a downtrend. Period, and discussion, no denying. But are we downtrend with somewhat of an uptrend in place, which could take us back over that? I'm not ruling it out, but I would suggest it's a relatively short break at this point. I think we could get some upward movement and then get a slight downward movement and just middle around for a little while until we catch the wind later on. That's a possibility. The other possibility is there's some news that hits. Bittrex and Tether is one that's hanging over our heads, and that could definitely take the complex down. Binance has relieved everything. Binance seems to be operating as normal. So all in all, it's a pretty positive report. Go ahead and sign up at coinpicker.us to get my detailed daily reports where I've been, fortunately pretty accurate. And if you're a type of person who wants to buy in and make a couple of bucks a day, basically if you have $1,000, a lot of my reports would have given you $100 profit easily. Some of them, $200 profit per day. That's not bad money off $1,000. I mean, I know I trade in and out just like that myself while keeping a core position. You go ahead to coinpicker.us, sign up, and you'll get generally a daily report. If nothing changed at all, sometimes I won't send out a report, but very often if there's something I see coming up that's important, I'll send it out. So go ahead and do that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you would, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.